Okay. And I believe we are now live. Ooh. Yeah, there it is. There it is up there on the board. But before I do anything, I'm I'm uh I'm gonna just advertise the stream 'cause I can. So I'm gonna just pull it up, pulling up on a Tuesday. Yeah. And then we share and we copy and then we slap this link in hashtag general here. We slap this link in hashtag shameless plug. Boom. Might be mint. Hashtag shameless plug. uh let's slap it in gravy train. Um let's put it in um let's put it in Twink Tower. I think Twink Tower could use it. Um and then we put the link. Let's put it in Smug Empire. I ain't never been in this Discord chat ever, but we'll put it in there. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, and we'll put it in Kyler's chat. Yeah, that way he can join my chat and give me crap about Google Games. Calling it now. Why so quiet? Cause I can be. Yeah, yeah. That's why. Okay. Uh, now that we're live, okay, we got a tier list going. We're gonna rank every single Pokemans, every single one of them, on a scale of how we vibe with them. And I have my buddy Nick here with me. He's in the room. You want to say hi?
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, Nick's here. Anyways, at the very bottom of the tier list is does not vibe in this universe, meaning that they should just not exist whatsoever. Um, the tier means to an end. It's just like probably like a second stage evolution because those guys suck. Um, they just exist. So they're there. It's not like you hate them, but like they exist. Would catch a bev with, so like you'd be like, yeah, this guy's kind of cool. I'd go out with him. Maybe not like every day, but like he's there. Then of course you got peak, and then I'm gonna pick my top six out of the peak to be like these guys would be like if I was a Pokemon trainer in the Pokemon universe, I'd be like these would be my guys. Uh, his wife will beat him if he isn't quiet. My wife isn't even here. Put it in Goobu Games. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hold up. Let me put it in Goobu Games chat. Hold up. There we go. Hashtag shit talk can have it. There we go. Um. Anyways, we're gonna start this off. We have every single Pokemon to ever exist in this listing right here. I know most of their names. Nick knows like nothing about them. He's just there to like grade them based on how they look. But let's start off with Bulbasaur. What we think about Bulbasaur? Yeah, Bulbasaur is definitely big. I usually like my grass starters. Okay, he's like tried and true. Um, and I gotta say like although he isn't like as cute, Ivysaur, I think I'd catch a bev with him. Like usually secondary evolutions, they're like but I like Ivysaur. Plus he's good in Smash.
Ivysaur is like I imagine like like a tube in a lazy river. Like you can just sit
Yeah,
on him and he can
yeah,
just chill and float with you.
yeah. Like he's just there. I mean Venusaur. We have what is it? Mega Venusaur and Gigantamax Venusaur, but like Venusaur alone, how would you think about him?
I think there's out of Gen 1, there's better third evolutions.
Fair.
I think
Do you think he exists though, or would you catch a
I
Bev?
would catch a bet.
You would catch a Bev.
I would
Okay,
catch a bet.
let's catch a Bev. Would you catch a Bev over Ivysaur though?
I would.
You
I
would.
would. Because I feel like Venusaur could
Yeah,
handle
Ivysaur
that.
is just not of age yet, you know?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Venusaur's the DD. Venusaur, yes.
What about the Mega Venusaur? I think Mega Venusaur, he was actually in one of my competitive teams. Like he was good. He's pretty peak up there, you know?
I'm okay with the peak there.
Yeah, Gigantamax Venusaur though, I just don't think he should exist.
Okay,
He just looks weird.
I'll defer to you on that.
Yeah, no. Like just look, he's just a giant mushroom. Like I don't vibe with that. I just don't. A lot of people want to smash Lopunny in chat. So he won't make the games and he steals Tier List Tuesdays from me. Well, last time you did a Tier List Tuesday, you had to cancel your own Discord chat. Uh, but you know, that's besides the point. uh, Charmander. I think Charmander's kind of cute. I like him.
Yeah, he's definitely a kid raised in a bar.
He's he's raised. He's raised for the drinks.
Yes.
But I will say Charmeleon, he kind of loses his vibe, you know. I think he's more of a means to an end.
Loses all aura until he evolves again into, you know.
Yeah, absolute no aura, losing it all. But aura, we got Charizard. Um, Low key though, I think Charizard is a little bit overrated, even though he
Yes.
does have a lot of aura.
Yes.
I think I'd still catch a Bev with the guy, but like I don't think he's peak. I just don't think he reaches into the peakness.
Charizard Glaze is atrocious. I mean, you're not wrong, but like he's iconic, so you kind of have to give him respect.
Yeah, he is an icon.
Yeah.
Like I would go catch a Bev probably with like Leonardo DiCaprio, you
He's like
know.
that one asshole that you're like almost sad to see, but then he still like buys you a drink.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in it for the free drink. Charizard X though, that's peak. Like the change to Dark Charizard, that's
Yeah.
sick. That's some sick design there. Charizard Y doesn't have as much sauce, but I gotta say it just expands upon the design a little bit more. I don't think it's necessarily peak, but it's definitely like up there in
I
the
agree.
Bev.
Definitely.
And I gotta say, out of all the Gigantamax forms, Charizard does kind of get up there. Like, I do think you're right with the Charizard glaze going on, but like, Pokemon gave Charizard the glaze.
Right.
Like, just a giant, sick, fiery dragon. Like, Gigantamax Charizard's where it's at. Although, I do think it loses just a standard point, so I think he just exists solely because I don't like Gigantamax. That's simply it. Squirtle's definitely peak.
Squirtle is
We're
peak.
we're just skipping straight up to peak.
Yes.
War Turtle loses some sauce, and I think Blastoise loses a little bit more sauce.
I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree.
Why do you
War
disagree?
Turtle should just exist because Big Man Blastoise.
So you mean swap the two?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I'll go with it.
You see where I'm thinking? Like their
Yeah,
placement there works. Like Blastoise right at the end there works for him, but I think that should be the order.
yeah. Okay. Mega Blastoise. He got the big cannon and the blasters on his hands. Look kind of like a tank. I think that the original Blastoise design much better though.
Yeah, Mega is just doing too much.
Yeah.
Too much going on.
They were like, what's better than two gun? Three gun. And then Gigantamax, look, they did him dirty. They did him dirty. You know, they said what's better than three? Let's give him six. They just fucking they made him a dome of just cannons. That's all he is, and that's all he ever will be. And that's why he should not vibe in this universe. Caterpie. I think he's the means to an end. He's just a
Yeah.
caterpillar. Same with
Same with
Metapod.
Metapod.
Butterfree though. Hmm,
A little better.
yeah,
He
I think he
exists.
exists. I will say there are better Pokemon out there. I will say Gigantamax, I'd catch a Bev.
Yeah.
Gigantamax Butterfree is very beautiful. Very beautiful. Um, fuck Weedle.
Yeah.
I'm a Weedle hater. I will say Cascoon over Metapod.
Almost said Smash Caterpie.
Smash Caterpie. I would say Cascoon over Metapod though. The design is just a lot more sick. Gotta go bye bye. get out of here. We got plenty of time. We'll be here. Um, Big Dick B. That's sauce.
Yes.
Bigger Dick B.
Yes.
I'm gonna give it to him. Yeah.
Like just two goats.
Yeah. Two goats. You got Big Dick B because everybody know that Big Dick B.
Yes.
But then Bigger Dick B.
Like it can only get better.
Yeah. 3 inches, in fact, was not enough. Pidgey, honestly, goat. Other forms, not so much. uh,
There's better birds.
this bird means to an end. The final Evo, he exists. And then is that a mega? Yeah, that's a mega Pidgeotto. Uh, honestly, better, but I still think he exists. I think he's a vibe, but not like enough for me to catch a Bev.
Okay.
Like maybe I'd put him above
Yeah.
Gigantamax Charizard. Snom peak, by the way. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. I will say this list, it does go into like regional variants next to like the core variant. So we're about to see that right now with Rattata and Raticate. So purple Rattata, good old purple Rattata. I think he exists.
He
He
exists.
exists.
He's almost a means to an end, just
Yeah.
like a little iconic at this point.
Yeah, he's like bottom of it.
Yeah.
But Alolan Rattata, oh my gosh, I think the darkness, it brings him to the top of existing. Like, I wouldn't catch a Bev. Actually, I would put him under Pidgeotto. And maybe, yeah, that's better. But, like, I think the design, so much better. I like the design of the Black Raticate so much more, or Rattata so much more. Raticate, I think
Means to an
he's a means to an end, even though he is the end. It's just a sad
end.
end.
It's so much potential.
Yeah. And then a Alolan Raticate, it's I guess slightly better, but like his cheeks, like he is cheeks. We'll just skip this one. These two suck. These two fucking suck.
Smash Magikarp.
I would too.
We'll get there.
That mouth.
Yeah.
Ekans means to an end, honestly. Um,
His evolution.
his evolution though, Arbok.
Yes.
Arbok,
I would
honestly,
catch a bet with Arbok.
I would catch a Bev probably over Ivysaur. Arbok is sick.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no. When we're looking at the Raticates and Rattatas, is it's Pikachu. Low key overhyped. I wouldn't say peak, but I'd catch a Bev with Pikachu. I'd respect the Bev over Charmander. Um, Gigantamax Pikachu. I don't know what they were going for there. It's just big Pikachu. Um, I think he exists above Rattata. I think he just exists. He's just big.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. Raichu. I always thought Raichu was sick. I'd catch a bet with Raichu. I don't know if he's necessarily peak. What are your thoughts?
I would put him right under Pikachu, to be honest with you. Right there.
I liked Raichu in the series. I think Raichu, he was just like Big Brother, kind of Big Brother energy.
Yeah.
Alolan Raichu, I say looks stupid, but the fact that he's riding his tail is sauce. Like absolute sauce. So I think it kind of cancels itself out, and you put him next to Raichu.
Yeah.
Sandslash, one of my favorite, or Sandshrew, one of my favorite cute Pokemon. I will say. I will say though, he exists only so that Sandslash can ride to victory. Right above Arbok.
I like that.
Alolan, the type matchup sucks, but it's what is it? Steel ice.
Ooh,
Ice Steel. It's a
that's weird.
terrible times 4 weakness to fire, but um I think OG Sandshrew better than Alolan, but the Icy Sand Slash, I think that's a sick design. I love the design of
Is
him.
that just straight ice or is that a combo?
Ice Steel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know. I just vibe with him. I'd catch a Bev totally. Um, the King and Queen lineup here. Okay, we got Nidoran male and female. Deciding to keep it separate, even though all other Pokemon have it in the same Pokemon. So the male and female are technically different Pokemons, which I never understood. Um, I think they're pretty much all means to an end. I'll be real. Except for King and Queen. Um,
I always gravitated towards Nidoqueen, to be honest with you.
I gravitated towards King. Um, I'll probably put this guy a little bit higher though. I think he's cool. I'll put Nidorino up there. But I will say King and Queen probably could catch a Bev. Honestly, I think King in my personal thought, he's peak. I love King. Queen, I'd probably put at the top of Bev. I think you gotta pick one over the other, and if you think Queen is over King, that's fair.
It's like that cool husband and wife duo you run into at a brewery who's just like buying everyone drinks.
Yeah, like they're sick. They're sick. But like I gotta pick one to go into peak because the other just can't go with it because that's nepotism. Like we can't.
There's got to be some sort of separation.
Yeah. Clefairy.
Annoying as hell.
Yeah, I gotta say means to an end. Probably just below Metapod. Clefable though, probably a little bit higher. Still annoying. Pisses me off just looking at it. Vulpix, right? Yeah, Vulpix. Means to an end, really. I think Ninetales is where it's at. Yeah, not Ninetales is goat status, honestly, in peak. Um, Alolan Ninetales though, I would say is even higher. Like I'd say probably like up there, and then Alolan Vulpix, I would say exists. Better than
Which isn't bad.
regular. No, no,
No,
it's not bad.
no.
Jigglypuff, you automatically gotta say peak because of Smash Bros. Um, but what the fuck is Wigglytuff? Like, what the fuck is that thing? Zubats are annoying. Golbat
Can be useful.
can be useful. I would say it exists. And I would say it exists slightly above Rattata. Oddish is a cutie patootie, but I still think he's the means to an end. Um, yeah, I'll put him above there. Gloom, I think he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just exists. Um, right there, that feels right to me. Vileplume, I don't think he's on Blossom tier, but like Vileplume was like one of my anchors when I used to play the game. I would say he's like probably near, yeah, like right there. Yeah, I'd say that's a good spot for him. If you played Legends Arceus, you would not like Paris. uh, Definitely the means to an end. Parasect, I think exists. Um, yeah, no, there. Yeah, Parasect, I think is a little bit cooler, but not necessarily above Gloom. Venonat, Venomoth. Venonat is the means to an end, but he's a little cute guy, so he's a little bit higher up in there. I'd say like right there. Venomoth, he's a vibe. I don't think he's a Bev kind of vibe, but like he's a vibe. I think pairing him with Butterfree is fair.
I think something interesting, Dan. Your typage is all over the place too. There's not really any specific. You're not showing any clear signs or favoritism with
No,
this.
it's
Like with the bug type specifically.
it.
You have a couple bugs up in peak, but then There's also some bugs down in means to an end, or
Well, it's all about the vibe, and like I get it if you like don't vibe with a certain type. Like I feel like my fire types. Yeah, no, my fire types are a little spread.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good spread, just vaguely speaking.
So far, you got a lot of water.
I mean, there's just a lot of water in general. Um, yeah, there is a lot of water up there.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll see how it goes.
They're fine.
Uh,
My go.
Diglett, that's floor shit, and then we got three floor shits. Okay. Uh, Diglett, I think is funny. I think he exists though.
He just
Yeah,
exists.
I think he simply exists above Rattata. But then who thought it was a great idea to do three of them in one? I don't know. I never understood it.
Just call it diarrhea.
Yeah, just you know what? Yeah, we'll add one. We'll add one in. Ooh, that hit a button. Hold up. Wait.
What did you do?
What do I do? Yeah, I just flipped it too. I meant to do this, and then let's do uh poopy butthole. Yeah, like that, and then add row below. Oh, that's not what I meant.
Oh no, man.
Poopy butthole, and then what was this?
Means to an end.
Means to an end. Yeah. Anyways, there you go. You get your own tier.
Poopy ball.
This guy I think is funny. Uh, Diglett with hair. Diglett with hair. Honestly, like he still exists, but like he's a little
Yeah,
higher.
they gave him a haircut.
Yeah, they gave him a little bit of hair. But Alolan, I guess he's slightly better. He's got locks. I'm not a fan.
He's got lettuce up there.
Yeah. Meowth.
Annoying.
Yeah. Probably slap him like above Clefairy. Alolan Meowth, a little bit zesty, a little bit more style, still annoying. Um, this guy, he was Perugly, right? Or something?
No.
No. Galarian Meowth. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Galarian Meowth turns into to whatever that other one is. I don't know.
Perugly's Gen 4.
Yeah, probably something else. I don't know. It's the not Persian. It's it's not the same. I do think the beard is a little bit more of a charm for him. Uh, I feel he's a little bit below Charmeleon. Charmeleon's definitely a gatekeeper here. I don't know what the fuck this is. Persian, other Persian, ugly. Honestly, below. Eh, uh, not a fan. I do not vibe. No, even lower. You know what? Fuck it.
He's in Poopy Ball.
He's poopy butthole. He is poopy butthole. He's absolute cheeks. I don't like him. Psyduck, that's peak. That's peak. He's goat status. Golduck, I,
Not as much sauce.
yeah,
He kind of loses the sauce once the migraines go away.
yeah, I, I think he's bottom of Bev.
Yeah,
Bottom of Bev.
I can. Yeah,
Mankey, he's a monkey.
he's a monkey.
Who monkey?
I think
I think he exists.
he exists. I think his evolution is the better monkey though.
Yeah, primate, better monkey.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd catch a Bev with him though.
No, he's not. He's not Bev status, but
I think he's up there though. He's pretty up there.
he exists, and we know about him.
Yeah.
He's there. We see you.
Growlithe. He's the means to an end. He's a cute little boy, but like he's not quite there.
No, he's that one fire Pokemon where it's like, okay, I actually need one for a gym or something, but like you wouldn't go out of your way. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And then uh
I'm not getting crazy vibes from any of these cats.
yeah. I'm not really a big fan of this region variant of Growlithe though. I feel like he's like just above Paris. Arcanine is goat.
Yes.
Gotta love Arcanine. Um, this version of Arcanine is also goaded. He's just Arcanine, but like
Black
slightly,
Flame.
yeah, slightly cooler. He's like rock type, I think.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, he's cool. He was one of the bosses in Legends Arceus that you could fight against.
Oh, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
he
right.
was
I
the
remember that.
first. No, he wasn't the first. He was one of them. I don't know. He was really cool though. Um, this guy. We're almost through Gen 1. Um, okay, we're gonna put him in the means to an end, but like he's top of it, honestly. Like he's cute.
Charmeleon no longer gatekeeps.
Yeah, no.
He lost that.
Poliwhirl, I think gatekeeps on the other side.
Oh, okay. So like in between those two, it's like the berry.
Yeah. Poliwrath,
Got a cool name.
he does have a cool name, and I think that
Fast type.
carries him. I'd catch a Bev. I'd catch a Bev.
Like way bottom of ketchup.
Yeah, I
I
would
would.
over Golduck.
I honestly, I would rather catch a Bev than Golduck.
Really?
Yes. The name alone is what's carrying it there.
It's true. Abracadabra and Alakazam. Okay, hear me out. Abra, annoying, but also goaded.
You're excited to
So
see him.
yeah, so I would say bottom of Bev because it like evens out. Um, Kadabra, kind of lame. He exists.
Just another man middle.
Yeah, meh middle. Lots of meh middles. Alakazam is peak though.
Correct.
Alakazam is so goaded.
Iconic.
Absolutely. Um, Mega Alakazam, I like him. I think he's funny with the spoons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want to keep him in Bev or Peak. What do you think?
Mm,
He's got like the spoon array there.
he can stay.
He can stay in Peak. I think he's bottom of Peak,
Yes.
definitely. But Machop, he's means to an end.
You get
I
one
can't.
for trying to get his evolutions.
Yeah. Machoke, he
He
exists.
exists.
I would say he's like there.
Hot take. Machamp. I think he also just exists. But like,
That is a hot take. I think he's like top of it, but I think he's definitely gate kept out of the Bev.
as we have it right now,
Yeah, honestly, boom. No, boom.
yeah.
uh, ooh, Gigantamax, Machamp. Okay, he's got fiery hands. He's got red eyes. He's giant. I think that.
You catch a bet.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'd honestly put him over Golduck. He's sick. He's got vibe. Bellsprout, that's sick. I love Bellsprout. Boom, right there, catching a bev. Uh, fuck that.
Literally. Sorry.
This guy though, this guy, he's cool. I catch a bev. I don't think he's necessarily peak. Think right there. That's fair.
That's fair.
That's a fair spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
There's so many.
There's so many. Why did I do this? Oh my god. Oh my god, we might have to do like an intermission. Fuck. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Idea.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab a beer.
Sure.
True. Means to an end. Tentacruel is Tentago.
Tentacle.
Yeah. Honestly, peak.
He's big.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites. For
Uh,
kids,
Geodude is so funny. I love him.
he's everywhere.
Yeah. I think boom. He's kind of gatekept by those megas. Um, ew. Eyebrow Geodude. Poopy. He's
Yeah.
fucking poopy. Not one list by Jen or something, bro. They're all here. They are all here. Damn. They are all here. In fact,
We don't do all of them.
we could do. We could hit it with a speed round. Uh, let's speed round this. This guy, um, poopy. This guy, slightly better but still poopy. This guy, I would say, is means to an end. Um, fucking Gollum though. Go. Boom. Ponita. Eh.
Means to an end.
Yeah. Right there. Alolan Ponita though. Majestic. We go. Yeah, well, they exist. Yeah. Rapidash, catch a Bev. I'd do it over Golduck. Um, the Rainbow version, I think is slightly better, but at about the same level. Slowpoke, um, I think he exists. He's a little bit more than a means to an end. I think he's a vibe, like Poliwhirl vibe. Alolan Slowpoke though, I think he's more of a means to an end than anything. Like I don't know, like I guess there. He's just a different colored Slowpoke. Ugh, slow bro though. He's my bro. We're getting a bev. Um, boom, right there. Uh, whatever the fuck this is, no, no. I don't vibe with him. I just simply don't. Simply do not. This guy has a fucking gun. He has gun hand now. I think that's funny. Let's go catch a bev or catch hands. That's the difference here. Like boom, like that. Uh, you can go to where do you think Magnemite goes?
He exists.
I think he exists. I'm just wondering where, like bottom, middle,
Um, I think behind monkey.
behind monkey. Okay, boom.
Boom.
Mm, three of them though.
Three of them.
Just slap three of them together and call it a day. I think that kind of loses some sauce.
Yeah.
Like that. Mm. Honestly, bottom.
All right.
Bottom of it. I think he still exists though.
I would catch a bad with this next one though.
Just a reminder, it's a shot for every Pokemon you'd catch in a bev with in the end. Oh god.
Oh no!
That's a lot.
Speaking of catching a Bev,
Absolutely. Far-fetched. Sick. Honestly above Geodude. Oh. Oh, I've never seen this before. That's not Surfetched. Does he have a Gigantamax form?
might.
I've never seen this. Big leak. Look it up. Does he have a Gigantamax? He does.
Mm.
That is the Gigantamax form. Well, I think it's funny. that he has a bigger leak. So I think he gets one extra bonus point for that, right above him. uh, it shouldn't exist. Slightly better, honestly. Hmm, right above the threesome there. These are just seals. Celio, right? And then Dugong. Um, he's cute. Boom. Dugong feels very uncreative. Feels like a more serious version of him.
Can't
Yeah.
even change the name.
Seal. Spiel. Seal. Seal.
Like dugong is an
Oh.
animal.
A dugong is an animal? That's that's funny. Honestly, losing points. Boom. Bottom. Grimer. He's a funny little guy. Top of exists for me. Alolan Grimer. Gross. Top of means to an end. Muck. I'd catch a bev. Boom. Right there. Alolan Muck though. Look. Ally. Right here. Boom. Ally. Gotta say it. He's peak. Nah, Dugong my goat. Fuck Dugong. Fuck you and your Dugong. Shelder is funny. I like him. He exists. Probably, yeah, probably right there. Cloister is stupid and dumb, and I don't like him. He's the means. He's in means to an end tier when literally Shelter's above him. uh, okay, I gotta say it. The Gengar line, fire.
All peak.
Like including the Gigantamax, as silly as that is.
No, they're all goaded.
Okay,
Certified goaded.
well, they're all gonna be peak, and we gotta figure out where in peak because they're all just there. They're all good. I think Ghastly gatekeeps. I think Haunter is sick. I think just below Tentacruel.
Okay.
Gengar,
I would put him.
yeah, I was thinking like right there.
Yeah.
Mega Gengar,
He makes his way to the top three.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop Bulbasaur a little bit. No, Mega Venusaur I'm dropping.
Yeah.
Like right there. And then Gigantamax, I don't think he has as much sauce, but like I think he's got more sauce than a Alolan Muck. Ah, Onyx.
He's vibey, but I don't know if I would catch a drink with him or.
I feel like he gatekeeps the drinks.
Correct.
Mm. Drowsy's so funny. He's a funny guy. I'd catch a drink with Drowsy. Whether or not he hypnotized me into it is another story. But I'd drink, catch a bev with him. Hypno, on the other hand, look, the difference between Drowsy and Hypno is flirting versus sexual harassment. Okay, like,
Oh.
you know that meme? Just I feel like Hypno, honestly, honestly poopy. I don't like him. Yeah, like right there. Yeah, like that. Krabby and Kingler. Whoa, wait, there's a Gigantamax Kingler? What? When did that happen? Um,
Sword and Shield.
Scarlet Violet. I don't know. One of them. Krabby and Kingler. Let's think. Yeah, Hypno might put something in your drink. um, I'm thinking. Um,
Oh, I guess it's literally Pokemon Go.
Oh, is it a Pokemon Go thing?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I'm gonna say Krabby. He beats out a lot of these guys. He's a cute little man. I don't think he beats out. Yeah, I think he's bottom right there. Kingler. I think he's got a little bit more sauce, but not enough. I think he's better than Macho. Uh,
He does look kind of sick.
he does. He got big claws. He's a Alaskan king
And a
crab.
mustache.
And oh, the mustache puts him up. Everybody knows mustaches are the greatest. I'd get a drink with him
Oh, he's got a full beard. Look at that.
right here with these guys.
Sick in the beard.
Wait, it's like a little crown right there too.
Yep.
That's cool. Boom, boom, boom. Voltorb. He's just a Pokeball. He's just a
Just a
little guy.
Pokeball.
It's just a guy.
Yeah. I honestly think they all exist.
Yeah. Honestly,
There's nothing really special about them.
yeah. Same with Electrode.
Yeah.
I think they're all four of them. They're about the same.
Yeah.
Um,
Wherever they go, all right next to each other.
I th-
Nowhere.
I think they just go 1, 2, 3, 4 right
Five
there.
exists. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just Pokeballs. Um, I like the wooden aesthetic of the this version more, and I like Voltorb more than Electrode. Execute. Kind of a design. I always like the cracked one. Cracked one is always funny. We're gonna put him existing right above Eradicate. Executor. I'd catch a drink with him. That's a guy. Coconut rum with the man.
Used car salesman that invites you out to drink.
Yeah.
That's who that is.
The Alolan version,
Long neck.
I gotta say, I don't get the same vibe. I don't get the same vibe. I think I think honestly, he gets beaten out by War Turtle, but like I think right in the middle of exists for the Alolan Palm Tree. Makes sense to me. Cubone and Marowak peak. The Alolan design here, absolute peak. I'm gonna bring him up.
Okay.
Boom. I think Cubone's bottom. Marowak. I think Golem beats out Marowak, but Alolan Marowak. Boom. I'm just saying.
I
Sick.
believe you.
He's sick. Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. Let's see. Hitmonlee. Uh, I don't know. I don't catch much of a vibe. I mean, do you prefer Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee? Which one are you? I'm more of a Chan guy myself. Chan's the punching guy.
Yeah.
Lee's the kicks.
I mean, at least Chan's got actually something that protects his hands.
Yeah, he got them boxing gloves. I think boom, and then I think bam, they cut down the tree.
Deep Road Manlord.
My favorite Pokemon is Bayleaf. Bayleaf is sick. Like I said earlier when we put Bulbasaur at the top here. I'm a sucker for grass types. Lickitung sexual harassment claims, but you kind of like it a little bit.
Okay.
Boom. Um, coughing, wheezing, and Galarian wheezing.
Low key vibey.
Yeah. I would definitely catch a drink with the top hat guy.
I want to catch a smoke. Am I right?
Um, boom, right there. These guys less so. I'd still catch a drink. Like boom, and bam. Bellsprout clears. You need two of them to pass. Rhyhorn. I think Rhyhorn is just a rhinoceros. I'll be real.
Yeah, there's not a lot of variation when it comes to that base evo.
Yeah, I think he's just under Onyx. I think Onyx has a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more flair. I'm gonna bring this guy up a little. What's this one's name?
Uh, uh, Ritter ran.
Oh no.
No. Frick. I can't remember.
Oh, we just did Rhyhorn. So what's this one? Right on these nuts. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, boom, catching a drink just 'cause the name. Chansey.
Annoying, but also kind of.
Yeah, I boom right there. You want that Blissey. Tangela, peak. Boom. Just a just a guy. Just a guy.
Yeah, it's got crazy haircut.
Grass type's the best, water type's second best. Well, think about it like this. You got three types. Kangaskhan and their kid, look, they're invited to the barbecue. They're going. Boom. 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 Just below Big Dick B, right there. Mega Kangaskhan, they just grew up. Doesn't have to be in the pouch. He's good. Bam. Um, these are just dudes. Means to an end. He's cooler. I would say boom, and then means to an end, but your end isn't really good. Star me, star you. Um, would you catch a drink with either of them? That's the real question.
This one.
This one definitely. Boom, right there. Mr. Mime
Mr. Mime.
fucks. He fucks. He fucks so much that he's in peak. Boom. Mr. Rhyme though. Oh wait, no, this is Mr. Mime still. Mr. Rhyme's his evolution. I think again, just there. Doesn't vibe it. Scyther,
Yeah.
peak.
Scyther peak.
He's peak. Boom. Jinx.
Scary vibes,
Uh, mm,
but I don't mind Poopy Butthole.
I think Poopy Butthole works. I think Poopy Butthole also works with this guy. Electabuzz. He's a means to an end, but he's like ugly as fuck. Magmar I think is the better one.
Yes.
Pinsir, honestly, he's top of exists. Like he's up here. I think he clears Onyx. Mega Pinsir, he's peak. He's so good. Just look at that guy. Damn. We're almost through Gen 1, everybody. Look at all that. We got through all that. Okay. The various Tauroses. Okay, what do we got? Tauros, and Tauros. Oh, Um, regular Tauros, he exists. I think he's like there. I can only move one of these. They're all the same to me, really.
Not much difference there.
Yeah. I don't really know what the difference is, but I like him better than the original. Like there. And these guys, we don't need you. Magikarp is peak.
Peak. Where would it go?
Oh, fuck. Fuck.
Dang
Oh
it.
gosh, where'd I put him? There. Okay. Up you go. Low key Magikarp over Psyduck. Gyarados,
Also peak.
definitely. I would say just below Ninetales. Mega Gyarados. I like the idea of Mega Gyarados. I don't like the design. Not a fan of it. Um, so for that, I'm gonna have to drop him. I'm gonna drop him there. Still peak, but not there. Lapras is cool. I think Lapras, I'd get a drink, get a bev. Uh, this Gigantamax Lapras, on the other hand, not so much.
Don't like the design.
Yeah, I'm a hater. Ditto peak. Oh my gosh, I did the thing again. Ditto is peak. Dare I say, he could be the top of them all because he could be any one of them, you know? But at the end of the day, I think Big Dick B is over him. Eevee, Eevee's pretty good. I don't know if I'd necessarily catch a bev with Eevee, but like I think Eevee's good.
Eevee's iconic.
Yeah, like solid design.
Top of it exists.
Yeah. Gigantamax Eevee is just fluffy. It's the means to an end. Honestly, better than Charmeleon and Poliwag. And you know what? Top of it. Vaporeon. You know
It's just
anything?
personal preference.
Yeah. Like you have to pick one evolution to be in peak. Anyone
I
else has to be under it
I would argue
as peak.
Jolteon. Yes.
I gotta think about it for a second. I know a lot of people would probably say Sylveon. Yeah, I gotta say I like Jolteon. I think Jolteon's up there. Like boom. I think of these three, Flareon sucks, and Vaporeon. Well, you know what they say. Boom. No comment. Porygon caused a lot of seizures. I think that's funny. Let's put him in there. Uh, Almanite, Almastar. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna say they exist. They exist solely to please one after the other like that. This guy also, but Kabutops is peak. Kabutops is up there. He's sick. Aerodactyl is also sick, but I would more catch a bev with the guy. Um, Mega Aerodactyl, he just has a bunch of rocks on him. I think he's about the same. Snorlax peak.
Peak.
Dare I say he's like number one?
Right now,
Gigantamax Snorlax. He's so
yeah. How could
big.
he get any bigger?
He's so big that clouds have formed around him. I think like I love Snorlax as much as the next person, but like I do think a lot of these guys have more sauce than a Gigantamax. Whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
I think a lot of these guys have a lot more sauce than a Gigantamax form. So I'm gonna just put Snorlax like there, like Gigantamax Snorlax.
Oh, birds.
Ooh, we're at the legendary birds. Okay, Articuno peak.
Peak.
Um, I would say I would say Zapdos. I'd catch a Bev.
Okay.
Um, and then Moltres sucks.
Is that
Yeah, I'd say Moltres. I say sucks as if he's not like better than most of these guys. I say boom. But the Galarian forms, uh, this guy, eh. I would say he's like right there with uh with Zapdos. And then Galarian Zapdos. Oh my gosh. He's so good. The orange chicken. Boom, right there. And then this Moltres. Oh my gosh, just look at it. It's so good.
it's pretty?
It's just dark fire. This guy, it appeals to my edgy nature. And
It appeals to your edging nature.
yeah, my edging nature. Boom, just like that. Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite.
Dratini might go low key.
Yeah. Honestly, I say I say boom, and then I say this is a hot take. Bam, and then wherever Charizard is, I think he's
Slightly worse, slightly better.
I think like right there
Okay.
between him and Blastoise. Uh,
I got shit.
okay, OG Mewtwo, goat,
Goat.
goat right there. The fighting Mewtwo, eh, not so much, less goated. Still think it's cool. This Mewtwo though, this Mewtwo's really good. I think he's cool. He's smaller, but he appeals to like the Mew nature of Mewtwo. So he's like a little bit bonus points there. Speaking of Mew, Mew's cool. Boom, right there. And then cool, we did Gen 1 everybody. This is our Gen 1 tier list. Oh my gosh. So, to summarize how we're feeling with Gen 1. We got these guys up here in our peak. We got Snorlax. We got Bulbasaur. We got Mewtwo. We got Gengar. We got Charizard. We got Ninetales. We got Moltres. Look, I gotta say they do well. They do really well with the legendaries. They're really good designs. Gen 1's a blast. Of course, we had some Alolan and Galarian forms in here, but that's fine. Um, I think we do a part two of this because I didn't realize how many Pokemon there is. So here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna call it for Gen 1 and regional variants. We're gonna continue this list another time, another tier list time, with Gen 2 and maybe even push into Gen 3 because I see Gen 3's right here. Because Gen 1 had a lot of Pokemon. Gen 2 much less so. Gen 3 much less so. And I just simply don't think I can get through this all today. But again, we will continue this tier list another time. Um, I will be sure to post and share this in case anybody has any sort of changes that they want to make. But this list is definitive, and I am right and always right. So, anyways, I'm going to call it here, folks. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if I reach 300 subscribers, I will release Goobu games.